Today is a view from the ring light. Before I go into the ring light video, I want to show you this thing, and we're going to do a promotion that we're at 36 something subscribers. I figure by next Wednesday I'll be close to 4,000 something subscribers. So we're going to do a video promotion on that I didn't expect to get this many subscribers already. So whatever we're at on this coming Wednesday on the vlog, I will ask people now, tonight, on View Through the Ring Light, what doesn't belong in this picture. These are all books. That's books, magazines, books, gardening books, everything. Stuff that belongs here for the garden aquatics, the different frogs and stuff like that. The gnomes, we have the gnome garden, fairy garden and stuff. But there are a couple things here that don't belong here. Can you guess what they are? In the picture, okay? On each shelf, these are books. These are the Rally Killing series and a few other books. They belong on a shelf. And of course, we have the little turtles, the mountain. But there's something that doesn't belong there. And we go to the next shelf, okay? And on the next shelf, you see the books. You see the books here, okay? You see the books, and you see on this shelf, you see everything, okay? Now, over here, on the top shelf, here, something doesn't belong here, okay? What doesn't belong there? The frogs belong there because they are part of the garden aquatics. And above you, on the top shelf, there are lights, the tiki stuff right here, okay, that, the aquatic light, the other lights, but there's one or two things that don't belong in that picture. Can you tell what they are? Okay, and then we go over here. On this wall is very simple. The man cave sign, that sign says like, comment, subscribe, and ding that bell. And then that refrigerator, of course, belongs here. But what's wrong with the picture? Can you guess? The first one to guess what it is, I will tell you, and I'll tell you what you're going to get in the video. So look over here for sure. What you see in the picture, right? What do you see in this picture? On the refrigerator, nothing on the wall, whatever. Or maybe there is, but I don't think so. And over here, that's for the garden, that's for the bird feed and stuff like that. Okay? And then over here, right here, on this shelf, over here, there's some things that don't belong here. Of course, the gnome belongs here, the not gnome belongs here, but what doesn't belong there? These are all books right here. These are all books. All right, these are books, that's books, that's books that belong on a bookshelf. That also has to do displaying stuff for the garden right there. And then on the second shelf, there's something that doesn't belong there. Those are all signs for the pond and stuff like that, for the gnome gardens or whatever. There's all gnome stuff. And then on the top shelf, of course, there is something that doesn't belong on this top shelf right here, the top shelf. I'm trying to get it so that you can see it. All right, what doesn't belong here on the top shelf? I'm pointing to it. So the one that gets the most stuff right between now and next Wednesday, when I have a winner, will stop on Tuesday night on our live stream. We'll check before we go off the air and see who commented what's wrong about the video. And you will be, I'll say we have a winner, and I will announce that winner on Wednesday's vlog on our live stream live from the man cave. So like, comment, subscribe, ding that bell, let me know what you think. And now we'll get into the view from the ring light. Normally, when I go on, there I have everything set up. I have these lights on and everything else. What I want to talk about tonight in viewing through the ring light, I want to show you the different shades of the ring light that we have, and that enhances my appearance. These ring lights were basically meant for women to do makeup with a mirror, a round mirror with a light around it, and they got that. They introduced it to camera buffs by putting it on a camera or a cell phone like that over here. You see this right there? That. And then, of course, you can go into all sorts of elaborate lights and everything else. Shade curtains for your windows over here, over here to your window and everything else. But as you can see, when I do a thing, this light is bright enough. It's bright enough thing, and it's shaded. You see the light is shaded? All right, let's see if we can get the light. You see the light is shaded. So that's perfect. But then they have the big lights that you can get and shade those. You also have lights like this for your camera, okay? And they'll put shades on the back of this with big elaborate lights and everything else. If you want to make a studio and make it sort of shaded purple or green or whatever, because they're professional and they're trying to be professional and stuff like that. But not everybody can afford those big lights. Not everybody can afford the system to have those big lights where you have the thing in it and everything else. I'll put go through view through the ring light and look up all those things. You'll see other channels using ring lights, using this type light, that type light, that type light, this type light, that type light. Okay, this, there's a lot of it was gifts and stuff like that, but this is one, I think, one of the most efficient ways for me to do a live stream in the studio with a sound card and everything else right here. And what I do before I go on, I would turn this light that lights up the room off. Okay? And don't forget to remember to check out what's not supposed to be on that bookshelf. That's supposed to be just books and stuff for garden aquatics, the gnomes, the signs and stuff like that. But there are a few things that are on there that I put on there that shouldn't be there. They're not part of the garden aquatics or to do with the channel theme and everything else. And of course, I have that refrigerator over there. There's something that's wrong, but I won't tell you. You have to tell me. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and show you. We're going to try to do this within a half-hour segment. Okay, now what I would do is I would turn this light on. So that we have a light. And you can enhance your appearance now by having this light on. You don't normally see this. This camera is usually in front of the light or through the light, like that. So this is basically what you're seeing, okay, with that camera over there. And I have that helps me also, and that enhances my appearance. And also on the StreamYard, they have an enhanced feature on the camera. Some people would put on makeup and stuff like that. I encourage people to go back to older videos of YouTubers that did stuff way back when they first started. Check out their channel now, how elaborate their videos are, what they're doing in the videos, what they have in the background, and everything else. And they're wearing more makeup. They seem to be more attractive. They're trying to, and even the men look much brighter, and the room is brighter too, which is, you see some of my videos, they weren't that bright. I got the ring light. I got the other light. I also use this now for some of my videos too. Okay. Now you could attach that to a camera. Some people have the big floral lights in the background and stuff like that. Shade with the and enhancing their studio with strip lights and stuff like that. But I don't do that. But what I do is I just move this like that. There, I get in here. Okay, I have a bunch of stuff to go through. Hopefully we have the thing up that you can see. Yes, you can see my my studio here. All the stuff that I have. There's lights I put on here. And like I said, you're listening to me, you're watching me, but your eyes are moving around this studio looking.
Power on. Ready for connection.
Looking at this in the background, wondering what I have. And don't forget, there is stuff here that doesn't belong here. Okay? Stuff that doesn't belong here. What doesn't belong here? All this stuff, the lighthouses and stuff like that. This thing, this other boat. This is all pond related to the channel. The books belong in here. But what doesn't belong in here? Okay? And your eyes are focusing on that thing going up and down. Okay? You're not focusing on me. I have all my equipment over here, and I can make the room enhance the room with this. Okay? Two. The people have lights above and everything else. They have a light in the fish tank and stuff like that. They didn't always have it. I'm going to show you how I enhanced my appearance in the video now, and then we'll end it. So we have these lights on, okay? And then since we're not going to put the man cave light on, or should I, to show you? But we're doing that. This would be the studio for the man cave. And what you would see, you wouldn't see this. What you would see, we'll put it on. This is me trying to get you to come into my studio. Your eyes are focusing on me through this ring light and everything around, the man cave sign, the lights going off, what's going on behind me. And you're looking at me, but your eyes are wandering around the room, checking everything out. And people have, like I said, different wallpaper up, lights, knickknacks on a shelf and stuff like that. I try to make this like a little office, like a man cave where a man would be doing stuff. And I have the sound card where I enhance it with a little bit of an echo. I have that bag there. I got to go through that stuff tomorrow. And then what I would do would be turning on the camera. I'll show you. Here, we're not going to put the sound card on. We would have the sound card on normally, but we don't need it. So this way, I'm watching you with the videos up here. We'll put this on and I'll show you. We'll put our camera on. What I do to, if you have a webcam like this on a boom, some people bring them down, they have all elaborate stuff. I have it set up. It's on my shelf here. That's fine. But what I do is I protect myself. The camera may be off, but somebody may be able to click on the camera and watch your room. What I have is I have a little thing on there to cover the lens. You see the thing comes up. And now you see me with that. Look, you see my face, you see the wrinkles and everything else. What I would do with the ring light, I would bring this one up. I don't wear makeup. Some people do, especially the women do. You see, by having this light, that enhances me a little bit. But then I do the same thing. We can make this bright. We can make this bright. Come on, make it bright. See, you see everything. Now, we can make it as bright as possible. You don't want that bright because you don't want to see all that stuff on me. So what I'm going to do is bring it down and change the color. What I usually do would be to sit back in it, and it enhances my self. All right, that's brings out everything, my beard and everything. What you want is this lower light, like that, and the tone, that tone. So when I sit back like this, you don't see all of what you see. And then you have the enhancement on the camera. So you see if I'm looking at you, you see all my wrinkles and everything else on my forehead. But when I sit back, right, you don't see this. You see a little bit, but you'll see it, and it's better with the enhancement on the StreamYard or the streaming service that you have, the 1080p, that enhances it. It makes me look better. And you see I don't have any shading on it. I look clear. The room doesn't look that bad. You can see everything. Everything is enhanced. So you have to see this. All right? You see the room? That's what you see. It's not pixelating. It looks clear. But like I said over here in my studio light, right here, okay, like I said, the tone makes what you're viewing, but the tone also makes me look good in that picture. And then we'll end the video. There's all sorts of elaborate lights. If you want to spend that money and everything else, this is sufficient for me. I got that light at a bin store. They get returns from Amazon, Walmart, a few other places, and they sell the stuff to people. You can check it out, see if it works. It worked. For whatever reason they returned it, it works fine for me, so I got that. This one I got as a gift. The boom I got as a gift. And the camera I got as a gift. And that boom I got last year for Christmas. So that's it. So now I want to show you my enhancement. Now you notice the room. This is what you're going to see right here. Okay? That's what you're going to see. That, and that. It highlights, it enhances the room. It looks good. It's not that bright light. If I were to do this, this is more soothing for the eye. And some people do tutorials, they do product reviews and stuff like that. When they started out, they had a blank wall. They're working out of the kitchen. Now they're in a studio with signs above them telling what their channel is or their business and stuff like that, stuff that they sell and stuff like that, right? Now when I do that, it changes the whole view. The camera went off, but we can put that back on. Now I'm going to go over to the camera and bring it back up and show you how I'm enhanced in the picture. This is April 4th, 2024. All right, let's bring us back up. Here we go. Now, you see me here. You see my face and everything else. You see all the things. But if I were to sit back in the chair and have the light on me like this, and once I have the camera enhancement on, which we will show you, we don't want that. That's not right. This, we want this. We want this a little lower, like that. That's perfect. Now what we're going to do is go into StreamYard and set up a video and show you how the camera enhances my view. And we'll end the video. Well, remember, Go look at all camera lighting, all views of stuff like that. When you go to View Through the Ring Light, hashtag View Through the Ring Light, in that video, you'll see me, this video and stuff like that. But scroll down to all the other stuff. They'll show you all sorts of camera lighting and stuff like that. If you want to do that, that's fine with me. But I find this the best to be. So we're going to do a recording. We're going to do... no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to do... we'll do a garden title or something. So I'm watching you from here. I'm watching you from here and here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up. We're going to put my title is GARDEN video. That's what we're going to call it. Okay? That says local recording, reusable recording. We're just going to do a local recording because I can delete it after. Okay? Now, reusable studio. Okay? So we're going to do that. All right? Record audio and video. All right? And we'll put that. We don't need that. We're just going to do a recording. I just want to show you what comes up and what they show you. And like I said, you can get all this stuff. It's totally up to you. You put the camera on. You hear me, right? In here. Or through the camera. I usually have this on and it going and everything else. We don't have the sound card. We're not showing that today. Now we're going to go into this studio. But before we do, this says mirror image. I don't use the mirror image because the mirror image turns everything backwards. I want it so it actually focuses on you at that time. And I still can't figure it out, left and right. So, of course, we have the virtual green screen. I set these up as a green screen video and then took the picture. I can do that, right? And have that as a background. Now I will go into the studio and open this. Now I bring this up and I open this and let's see if we get our thing. We don't have our camera. Why? Okay, now we have our camera. So let's open the camera. Nope, it's not letting me open the camera. Why? Let's see. Here we are. Okay. All right. Now we minimize this that we're on. I just want to show you this. We got to bring this up. There we go. There we are. Now, it has the settings on it. You see how clear my look? I'm not in the picture. I'm good. I don't have all the lights on because it says touch up appearance. I can do this. and you start to see all my wrinkles and stuff like that. But by you putting the appearance on, it enhances the appearance of the screen, it enhances the appearance of the room. We're not using mirror image. We use the camera with 45.366B, and then we use high, which depends on what service you have. Uh, Defense 1080p, and that's the best because you can change it too. Uh, that is you're on the next level, but I'm not at that level, so I don't need that. I think this is the best, but you can lower it, okay? And they don't recommend it. They recommend that, but that's the best picture I can show you. That the light enhances me. If I were to bring this up all the way, that's good. Okay? Now, you can see me. You don't see all my wrinkles and everything else. You don't see that I look good. I turn on the light, there's a difference. So we don't use that light. You see how different I look? So let's get rid of this virtual screen. We don't need that. See, I look pretty good in the picture. It's starting to show stuff. But you turn the light off, I have this, and I look pretty good in the screen. I'm not wearing any makeup. Some people put on makeup. Women would put on makeup and stuff like that to look better. Fine. I have no begrudge against that. Everybody has changed their look. That they get better and better. They get monetized and stuff like that. They're showing their studio off to improve their videos to you. And this is what I'm doing to you. I may eventually get a studio light, but I don't think I need it. I think this works fine. This looks fine here. What do you think? Don't forget to go over here and find out what's wrong over here, okay? And what's wrong over here. There's about 7 things that don't belong here, and there's one or two things that don't belong over here. And it could be on the desk, which I showed you the picture. I'll bring it up again and we'll show you, and we'll end the video. Put it in the comments below now on this video or any of my videos between now and this Wednesday. I will tell everybody that this will move the chair out of the way. What doesn't belong in that picture? Okay? The books belong there. What doesn't belong there? Okay? That stuff has glue and stuff like that. That belongs there because that's part of aquatics and stuff like that. What doesn't belong on the desk? So let's say from here, right here, what doesn't belong on the desk? Okay? What doesn't belong with the lights over here? What doesn't belong over there? You figure out the first one to get it, and we'll know by the timestamp. The frogs are going in the pond, so they belong there. The gnomes and stuff like that are part of the channel, gnomes, fairy garden, stuff like that. And of course, the lights are part of the studio, but there's things that don't belong there. There may be more than 7. Can you name them all? The one that gets the most right will win the prize. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so look at it again from here, this way up. Okay, so it would be something here, maybe over here. What's over here that doesn't belong? What's over here that doesn't belong here? And of course, by the man cave sign, the refrigerator, what doesn't belong? I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ding that bell. You will be notified when I put a video, and by putting a like in, it tells everybody that you watched the video and you liked it, and it gives us more stuff. So that's it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, what doesn't belong in this picture from here over, all right, on this bookcase? I'm pointing to some things around what doesn't belong there. So if you name some other stuff, fine, but some things don't belong in the picture. What doesn't belong? You have to figure it out. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, all things are possible if you believe. You believe you can do something, do it. By all means. And remember, the past is behind us. The present is now. The future is what you make it. So let's make 2025 better than 2024, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Good night. God bless everybody. I'll see you on Sunday's live stream. Dollar Tree Hall and More live stream on Sunday. Till then, Stephen F. signing off. Watch my videos tomorrow. Watch my shorts. Thank you for getting me to the numbers that we are, and we'll celebrate whatever number we have on Wednesday. And if you get it right, get the most items, that person will get a prize. There'll be a first prize, second prize, and a third prize. I'll see you in the next video.